Giants. These colossal humans are reported to have once built towering structures and terrorized humanity throughout our past. These stories are common throughout almost every culture on Earth. But why? Is it just a natural part of our psyche? Or is it possible that such colossal humans really once existed? In times past, it is known that our ancestors used giants as an explanation for the ancient megalithic structures that litter the globe, thinking that only abnormally tall and strong humans could lift and position the multi-ton stones that were used to construct them. We also know giants were blamed for the creation of natural formations, like the Giant's Causeway in Ireland. And this is the common explanation for giants, that our ancestors concluded that it would take a group of superhumans to construct both these megalithic structures and natural wonders. However, a large stature isn't the only trait of a giant. The gigantes of Greek mythology and the Jotun in Norse mythology vary in size from regular human to gargantuan. The unifying trait both these giants have is that they're a primordial race of beings, like the gods, but separate. And both have a similar origin story, where they escape through the blood of a divine being, a common ancestor between both them and the gods. An explanation for these cosmic giants is that they represent a society's previous deities, or an explanation for the gods of other cultures. But could a race of giants have once existed? Despite urban legends and old newspaper clippings circulating the internet, we currently have no physical evidence in our possession for the existence of giant humans. However, DNA evidence points towards there being more ancient hominids in our history than we have accounted for. So perhaps one day we might uncover the remains of a species of hominids that were taller than the average human. And our encounters with these tall hominids were the origin to the many tales about there being isolated tribes of giants in our history. It wouldn't be too outlandish to think that such stories could preserve themselves for thousands of years. After all, the Australian Aborigines preserved tales of their encounters with the Megalania, a giant lizard which died out 50,000 years ago. Could our tales of giants be the retelling of a similar encounter? Another explanation could be regular old humans. After all, the average height of a human was lower in our history, with the average height of a man once being 5 foot 5 inches, while on the other hand, many people throughout history have been reported to be over 7 feet, like Agnes Macaskill from the 1800s, who was reported to be over 7 foot 8 inches. So it wouldn't be hard for a tribe of 6.5 foot tall people to be mistakenly reported as giants, with their heights being exaggerated over time. Perhaps giants are nothing more than a generational embellishment. Or maybe giants really were nothing more than the collective imagination of our ancestors, an explanation for the historical mysteries that surrounded them. But could it really be that mundane, that every tale of giants is nothing more than a case of mistaken identity, and so easily dismissed? Or did giants really walk among us, and their remains in history have just been lost to the sands of time? But what do you think? Let us know in the comments below.